Hey traders, happy holidays, and I hope you all enjoying your holidays with your families. And I hope you all had a great year. And if not, let's hope the next year will become an awesome year with full of happiness, health and wealth. Because with wealth, health is really important. So on that note, what an amazing year we had in trading. If you are my priority member, if you followed me here on YouTube, this year my trading results were over 80%, and this is not something I'm just saying. I'm going to show you all the trades I've taken, and I'm going to show you the trades we have taken in the priority group. All the trade alerts I've sent to the members, I have recorded all those trades and the results were awesome. And not only that, I'm going to show you that we have actually taken those trades with a date stamp on it so that we have full transparency in that as well. But overall, the profitable year, I've already made a video on that, and I'm going to show you the full results with a detailed analysis, how we made money and how we had a drawdown period as well. In between, we have some months where we had a streak of losing trade, but that is what we need to learn and understand, how to react in these type of drawdown period and how you can make money. I have a live example this year. I'm going to show you one by one, hopefully in my next video. And with that, I've also recorded 2 lessons, which is how to trade news in combination of fundamentals. And I'm also going to upload a video how to trade with support and resistance, and along with that, the indicators, some basics for someone if you are a beginner and if you are just starting out in Forex is going to be very beneficial for you. So I'm not going to make a very long video this weekend, as I know you guys must be enjoying your holiday with your family. So I'm just going to give you a quick heads up on commodity market so that if you are looking at the market or if you are trading, you know what to expect throughout the week this year. And a quick recap of the zones I've sent to the members last week, the last week before the year end, and a quick results on the trade alerts I've sent to the members. And after that, I'm going to start my analysis with natural gas, gold, silver and crude oil. I promise you, I'm going to go through the first part very quickly so that you won't get bored. So starting with USD Japanese yen, a very popular pair that was pushing lower from the level of resistance and broke below the level of support, which I've already mentioned to the members that if the price now pulls back to the zone, in that case I'm expecting a nice fall right here. As you can see, the price broke below the zone, we had a pullback exactly how I mentioned, and then we had a nice fall out of that around 280 pips. That is some good amount of pips, a push down out of the zone I've sent to the members right here. I'm not going to go in all the details, just want to show you the zones that has reacted nicely. Then we had GBP CAD. As you can see, the price was pushing lower from quite a while from the level of resistance and now hit the level of support, which we were waiting for the price to come in this zone, and I'll be looking for a possible buy trades with conditions. As you can see, the price pushed down, hit the level of support. We have a bullish engulfer. That's a bit of weak entry, but using some discretion. There is an entry condition right here, bullish engulfer. If you follow me, you know how I take my trades, and a nice push up of 91 pips right here. And then we had natural gas. As you can see, the price broke below the level of support, that turns in resistance and become a trend continuation zone. So I've already mentioned that if the price pushes little higher, I will look for a possible sell trade with entry conditions on smaller time frame. And as you can see, the price pulls back up. We had bearish engulfer, and with that we had a nice push down that is enough to hit our target if you have entered this trade. I'm going to go through full analysis very shortly. And all 3 platform has reacted nicely from the zone that was recently broken with a pullback and then a push down that is enough to hit your targets. So good example of that, trading from the zones with conditions. And then we had gold. That price pushed up nicely from the level of support I have sent to the members last week. After the push up, we were waiting for the price to come in the counter trading zone, and once the price hit the zone, we are going to look for sell trades inside of and on smaller time frame. And what do we have? The price pushed up, forms swing high, bearish engulfing pattern, and that pushed the price lower. That is enough to hit your target if you have traded on 1 hour time frame. We had a nice push down of $9 and the ATR was 5, and that is enough to hit your target. I'm going to go through the detailed analysis in the analysis part very shortly. And then we have this trade alert sent to the members. Price is trading below all the EMAs, and what we do if the price is trending lower. We only look for sell trade. Doesn't matter if the price is pushing lower, we are not going to enter buy trade. Doesn't matter if there's an overbought, oversold situation. That is what I try to teach you, because the mistake traders do when they see the price pushing so low, they start buying, and what happens eventually, the price falls and keep on falling down, and that is what we need to avoid. If the price is trading lower, we expect a pullback. And then we have the bearish engulfing pattern. Initial targets were 35 pips. I managed it till the support zone below, and my profits was 79 pips, and that was a nice take profit hit. And the motive is to learn from these trade alerts, because we had exact same entries in the other pairs as well. Then we had CHF JPY. Right here, that was a stop loss hit, unfortunately, but that is the reality of trading. We can't have every single trade as a winning trade, but we had a stop loss hit of 90 pips right here on this pair. But overall, at the end of the year, we still came out profitable. That is what I'm going to show you in my upcoming video. But we followed the rules here. We had the price broke above 50 EMA. We had a pullback with a bullish engulfer, with a cross as well. Everything was going without analysis. So why not entering this trade? If you have the fear, then you won't be able to make it in a trading world. The fear, you need to be brave enough to take your entry. And remember, being brave doesn't mean being foolish. Means that you are just guessing in a market. Being brave means when you see an entry condition, every time you see an entry condition, you take your trades. Doesn't matter if it is your stop loss 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, but you know that in the end you come out as a profitable if it is your tested strategy, which I'm going to talk about again in the video I've already recorded to show you my results, how we nicely made money according to my trading system. And then we had the third one here, NZD JPY, which is a take profit hit. The price is pushing up, and we had a bullish engulfer right at 50 EMA, a good example of a pullback entry, not broken below 50 EMA with a momentum, and we had a good bullish candle that pushed the price up, a good take profit hit of 40 pips. So these are the trade alerts I've sent in the priority group, 3 trade alerts, out of that 2 take profit hit. Right here, AUD NZD pullback high. We had a pullback of few candles with a bullish engulfer that hit a nice take profit hit. Exact entry I've just shown you in the trade alerts I sent to the members, and even on my YouTube videos every day I show you these entry conditions. Right here, GBP CHF, a nice example of price just made a new low. We had price is pushing lower, as you can see, and then we had a pullback of few candles with a swing high bearish engulfer, and that also hit my take profit. I did not manage this trade because the market was still choppy and moving sideways, but looking at the new low, I decided to enter this trade, and that also hit my take profit. Right here, AUD USD, exact same condition, nice uptrend, price making new higher highs. We have a pullback with a bullish engulfing pattern. With that, the price pushes up, hit my 31 pips take profit. I did not manage this trade. It was a year end. I don't want to hold my trades throughout the holiday sessions. These are some trades I've personally taken. There are some others as well. Like I promise you, I don't want to keep you for much longer in the video and leave you to enjoy your holidays. I hope you got a value, and I hope you have learned something out of it. The main goal is to show you the conditions so that you don't rely on signal services and don't follow the fake gurus selling the signal services without showing you why are they taking those trade. A good example of pullback entries when the price is trading above, in between the zones, forms, and in an uptrend above 50 EMA with a bullish candle, we are taking a pullback entry long. And if the price hit the zones, we are taking a counter trade from the zones or aggressive entry from the level of resistance. And exact opposite for bearish trade, when the price is trading in between the zones, trending lower, all we look for are pullback entries. With the bearish engulfer, price pushes lower. Once the price break below, pull back up, form a condition as the resistance, we take a counter trade from the resistance, counter trade from the support, reversal trades, whatever you want to call it, from the area of value in between, we look for pullback trades. A very simple rule: above, buy trade, below 50 EMA, sell trade. Stick with the rule, and trust me guys, it's not hard to make money. All we need is discipline, risk management, and follow your rules. So with that being said, let's start our analysis, starting with natural gas, gold, silver, and crude oil. So talking about fundamentals first, as I've mentioned in my earlier video in December that we were expecting a colder, a warmer December that causes a price to push lower. That was a fundamental signal with our technical signal as well. We had a bearish engulf at the area of value that we were prepared to take over trades. Combination of both, the price pushes lower. Now at this point, according to the news, that we are expecting a colder January in next year. So that is why, according to fundamentals, we can expect a price to push higher due to increase in demand that can cause a price higher. Now, we also had an inventory report last week that came bullish for natural gas, which was an inventory report release that was less than expected. And as you can see, increase in natural gas report with less than expected implies a greater demand, and bullish for natural gas means we had a greater demand in natural gas according to the report released last week. So that was fundamentals. I don't want to confuse you guys with talking lots of fundamentals and what's going to happen. So that's why I want to keep it simple for next year. Now, talking about technicals, which I personally look at, if I have a technical signal, which we had right here, the head and shoulder pattern had been played out nicely, and as you can see, where this termination zone triggered right here with the bullish candle, that price pushes higher. Now, at this point, I'm closely looking at to the price to break above my termination zone, which is right here. That price has been rejecting from couple of weeks. Right here, as you can see, lots of rejection. Right here, rejection. Right here, rejection, and price is still failed to break above from the termination zone that triggers our entry number 2. That is a bullish entry. So that is what we need to look at. A break above and close above this pattern will be our entry number 2. You can keep a stop loss below, take profit wherever you want to take it. That's totally up to you. Normally, when I take a head and shoulder pattern trade, let's say I've entered here at the termination zone, I keep my stop loss below the head and take profit. I go initially 1-to-1, something like this if I enter my trade at the termination zone. Now, if you are not an aggressive trader and if you want to enter at a break of the termination zone, let's say we have a break at the termination zone right here, we are the close of this candle. In that case, I'll use my entry here. I will keep my stop loss below the left shoulder or possibly below the head of this pattern and then go 1-to-1, but that will hinder your risk to reward ratio as well. That is why I like to enter aggressively at the termination zone. But for someone who is not an aggressive trader and want to wait for the break of this pattern, in that case I keep my stop loss either below the head of this pattern or below the right shoulder, something like this, to have a better risk to reward ratio for this type of pattern. So keep an eye here. Once the zone is broken and once this head and shoulder pattern termination zone is broken, we have a likely chance the price will push up. Now the zone here on Oanda is 2.419, goes to 2.493, from where we're going to expect that we are waiting for the price to break above, and then we start to look for the pullback trade either with a retest or either with a pullback entry above 50 EMA. Now the zone has been broken on NEMEX platform, which I'm going to go through in a very short moment. If you're trading on capital.com, now I personally look for an entry on Oanda capital.com wherever I get my entries. I'm not sure about NEMEX, but NEMEX is also reacting nicely technically, as we had a nice signal here. As you can see on head and shoulder pattern, we had a complete bullish engulfer right here that pushed the price higher till termination zone. Now we are waiting for the price to break above this pattern. All I'm waiting for the price to break above the zone here in blue, as you can see, is 2.492, goes to 2.605. Once we have a break, in that case we have a reversal situation and price will likely push higher. Now it is very important to see how price opens when the market opens. If it opens gap up or gap below, that's what we need to look at. But personally, we might have a gap up opening. That is what I think. It's not sure. We might have an accumulation of orders looking at the head and shoulder bullish pattern, inverse head and shoulder pattern, that can cause a price to push higher. Now it might not open, but that is what I think according to the experience, according to the way I personally look at the natural gas from last couple of years. When we have a long holiday, we can expect a possible gap up opening if we have a pattern that is set towards the bullish side. If not, if open below in gap, let's say we need to prepare for that as well. If open below in gap, in that case a zone below I've already mentioned is 2.110, goes to 2.235. This is the zone I still look for a possible double bottom condition. If the price pushes down equal to this first bottom, rejects from the first bottom, not closing below the first bottom, in that case we will have a possible head and shoulder pattern. So these are the conditions I want you guys to look at for your possible trade. If break above, in that case we start to look for bullish trades only. Here on NEMEX, we are now above the zone but not completely broken above this termination zone. It's 2.586, goes to 2.627. Once the zone is broken, in that case we have a completion of this pattern, and then the price will enter in a next bullish zone and entry number 2 will be triggered. Stop loss will be below, as I've already explained. If you have seen that, take profit 1-to-1 or wherever you want to take it. That's totally up to you. I'm going to mention the next zone above once I see a good momentum above the zone, and I will send you the zones accordingly. I'm just waiting for the price to break above this pattern and breakout. Once the breakout will happen, I'll start to look for my pullback trade or the trade with the zone below, which is right here with the rejection. condition followed by bullish engulfer, and I keep on taking longs once we have that. So keep an eye here, not looking for any sell trades as now we are above 50 EMA. Pattern has been triggered. All we are waiting for the buy conditions. Once we have that, we are good to go along. Again, we'll see how the market opens. If it opens gap up or gap down, that is what we need to look at. The zone below here on NEMEX, let's say we have dramatic push down. We have the zone here in blue. Here on Capital.com, the zone I've already mentioned here in blue, and here on Owanda, the zone down below is right here for your buy trade in case we have a dramatic push down. So these are the conditions I'll be looking at for my possible trades throughout the whole week. Next one, we have gold. As now pushing lower nicely, the zone has been sent to the members to look for possible sell trade. Now, if you see here on 1 hour time frame, we had a bearish engulfing pattern. If you are my student, it is an aggressive entry on 1 hour time frame. I've not tested gold with 1 hour time frame, but that has reacted nicely from the zone. That is enough to hit your target. 1 ATR target has been hit. As you can see, that was an $8 push down from the close of this candle right here. $9 is exactly the push down has happened. Now at this point, as always, an entry condition on 1 hour time frame right here, something like this. A rejection box should be ready for you once the price pulls back up and rejects from here with bearish engulfers, inverted hammers, or 382 candle bearish. The wick can go above, but if the candle closes above this first stop, in that case we have a continuation and a signal that price will push us higher. If we have a candle goes up but come back down and close back down with a wick and forms a condition like inverted hammer or a 382 candle, in that case we have a bearish signal and price will likely fall from here. Or if the price forms a nice bearish engulfer in this zone, in that case we are good to go short. Stop loss can be above the rejection box. Take profit wherever you want to take it. It's totally up to you. I normally go 1.2 to 1 to 4 to 1 risk to reward ratio when I'm trading on double top or double bottom patterns. So keep an eye here. The zone is right here. It's 2.2063.31 goes to 2075.69, a zone from where we are now looking for a possible fall, and I will also keep my rejection box on 4 hour time frame as well in case if we have a push up and a condition like red candle, bearish engulfer, inverted hammers, or 382 candle on 4 hour and on 1 hour time frame. I'll look for exact same conditions. So keep an eye here. Have the rejection zones ready on both time frames. Once we have a condition, we are good to go short. From here, a very good area for you to take your trades. And once the price is in the zone, we will also get a possible divergence in the RSI with bearish condition. That will be a very strong entry condition if we have that. Next one, we have silver. It's now pushing up nicely as mentioned in my last video, that once we have a break above, in that case we can get a possible pullback and price will likely push higher. Now, as gold and silver runs side by side, so don't get confused here. We can get a possible bullish engulfer here. We can get a push down and bullish engulfer, and then the price will likely push higher. That can be a little bit slow than gold. In that process, the gold can also push up and form a double top pattern. So we'll have a buy signal on silver. Let's say we have a next candle as a bullish engulfer, and that will push up. In that case, we will have a process of a double top pattern, and then price will likely fall from here. That is enough to hit our targets, and then we can see a next condition if the price wants to push higher or not. So that is why silver can be a bit slower than gold. We can have a likely signal from here, a push up, and then a pullback, and that pullback can be fall in gold as well. So keep looking for the condition on gold and silver both. For silver, I only look for a bullish engulfer. If we have that, I'm going to go long with 1 ATR targets only, which is right here, the number at the ATR indicator. So only expecting a price to push higher, and the next zone for my counter sell trade is right here. 25.86 goes up to 26.39, from where I'll be looking to enter my sell trades only. Again, on gold, if you have a condition, that doesn't mean the price will fall. It can fall to a trend continuation zone and then possibly push higher and keep on pushing higher in a trend, and that is the goal, to get a chunk of profits when the price is in an uptrend and hit the zone, and that pullback is a goal to grab some profits before the price will continue to push higher in a trend. So keep an eye here, trade with stop loss and take profit both. Like I always say, not having your take profit is as risky as not placing your stop loss. Last one, we have crude oil. Is now pushing higher, and as you can see, the price just made a new high, and we are now in a process of a pullback. So I will only take long entry if the price make another high from this previous high. Once that happens, only then I start to look for my pullback entry bullish. For now, I'm not looking for an entry. It is just ranging within this triangle. As you can see, once we have a breakout, in that case we have a possible chance that price will push higher. So keep an eye here. only look for pullback entries once the price will break above this high, and for the breakout, once we have a breakout of this symmetrical triangle pattern, in that case we have aggressive entry signal, a complete break and close of a candle, stop loss can be below, take profit, that's totally up to you if you are an aggressive trader. So keep an eye here, these are the conditions I'll be looking at, and the only zone to take my sell trade is little bit adjustment right here. 78.06 goes up to 79.97, from where I'll be looking to enter my sell trade is bearish engulfers, double top, inverted hammers, 382 candles. For now, I'm only looking for bullish trades with conditions only. So that's it for commodities, guys. Any questions, any confusion, you can always email me at support@moneymarkers.net. I'll get back to ASAP. Hope you trade green and hope you're enjoying your holidays. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care.